It was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you find Did you find yourself acting differently to ensure your safety at all?
No.
Okay.
Just being cordial and respecting the rules of the jail. Plus I had this guy, the penitentiary guy, guide me through any questions I had.
Okay. Whose rules were you following? The correctional rules or the inmate rules?
The inmate rules, as far as whistling, blowing the toilet at night, not flushing and stuff like that.
Okay.
It was common sense sort of stuff, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Did you feel you were able to access legal counsel while you were in detention?
No. I just like if you call your lawyer on a cell phone, call collect or whatever they do. People were using the phone the day we were able to have a shower. You can't get through on cell phones. It doesn't accept. So people couldn't get in touch with their lawyers.
How did you get in touch with the lawyer?
Well, he met me on the Tuesday. I'd seen him on Friday.
Okay.
He knew I was being remanded until Tuesday.
Okay.
And he was kind enough to show up Tuesday and convince the Crown that I should be accepted the bail program, that I misspoke the last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to make phone calls at all?
No.
Okay. Did you have any visitors?
No.
Okay. How did you fill your time while you're in detention? What did you do to keep yourself occupied?
Just lay in bed.
That's it?
And have some small talk. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You didn't have books or anything like that?
Nothing.
Like cards?
Nothing.
Okay. Were you able to sleep while you were inside? Did anything affect your ability to sleep?
No, not really, because I was on Seroquel medication.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any money to purchase items from the canteen?
No.
Okay. Did you use drugs or alcohol while you were in detention? Okay. Can you describe your interactions with the correctional staff?
Never had any.
None?
No. Just at the intake and the odd time the guy would open the little chute in your door. And then they'd come around with your medication, and that was the interaction that you dealt with the person handing out the medication.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was nothing.
Okay. What about when they took you out to take you to court?
Nothing. Just do what they say. Change and go into holding cell until your paddy wagon shows up.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. And the institution was on lockdown the whole time you were there?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Probably still is.
Okay.
It was due to that labor disagreement, I guess.
Okay. Were you ever put into segregation or solitary confinement?
No.
Okay. What did you find most difficult about being in detention?
The isolation. Freedom's taken away from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How did your arrest, your time in detention, how did it affect your life? How did it affect things like your housing or?
Well, it's affected it tremendously. I've lost, right now I'm not allowed to go back into my place.
Okay.
I'm going to go on the diversion program, and apparently, hopefully it turns out like I go see a mental health specialist for 6 months. I don't know how many times a week. Mm-hmm. And then after that 6 months, I go back to court and they issue a keep the peace bond, and that'll allow me to enter back into my place.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it affect your health in any way, or your family, your employment at all, anything like that?
Well, no, it's affected me. I'm staying in the Seton house, and I have a roommate, or one of my roomies there. He's got the keys to my room. He's bringing me clothes and that. It's just my hygienics is gone. Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe any impact you feel being in detention had on your criminal court processing?
No.
None?
No.
Okay. Did you feel pressure to plead guilty or anything?
In a sense, to go to trial, it takes over a year.
Okay.
So this 6-month deal is lesser. I'm not admitting guilt, apparently, according to the lawyer and that. So it's time. It's just that waiting so long.
Right.
Right. I could see a couple of months or something. I would fight it.
Yeah.
This wait, a year.
Yeah. Okay. Does time in pretrial detention feel like you're being punished?
I'd say so, yeah.
How so?
You're told when to eat, what to do, where to go, when you can go, if you can go, etc.
Okay. Did you try to spend more time in remand to earn more credit towards your sentencing?
No.
Okay. Do you think some people do this?
I have no idea.
Okay. Did you go to bail court in person, by video, or by phone?
I was in court, in the courtroom. In person.
Okay. And this was at College Park?
Yes.
Okay. And how long were you in custody before you were released?
5 days.
5 days. And how many appearances did you have to make before you were released?
Before I was released?
Yes.
Would have been the second one.
Two.
Yeah.
And why do you think it took 2 appearances?
Because I refused to go on the first appearance with the bail conditions.
Okay. And you did have legal representation?
Yeah. On the second day, the guy.
Legal aid?
Yes.
And were you released with the consent of the Crown or after a contested hearing?
With the consent of the Crown.
Do they have any concerns about your release?
No.
Okay.
Oh, just that I don't show up at my address.
Okay. But they weren't overly concerned because that wasn't like a reason to keep you in?
No.
Okay. And you were released with bail supervision, so the bail program?
Yeah, I show once a week.
Okay. And was there any money attached to your bail?
No.
None. Okay. And what conditions were attached? So you weren't allowed to go back to your residence?
Or have contact with the alleged victim.
Okay.
And
Did you have a curfew or?
No curfew. I have to bring in where I'm staying.
Okay.
Which I'm not telling the truth on that, by the way.
How come?
Because to keep my housing,
Right.
ODSP's still paying for it.
Right.
If I tell them I'm staying in a shelter, they take that all away from me.
Okay.
And then I lose my housing.
I see.
So I'm staying with a friend that I was staying with, so I have to prove that I'm staying there.
Okay.
So I have to tell a little lie to try to survive.
Gotcha.
And I'm using it this is off the record, right?
It won't, yeah, this is
Yeah. I'm using a different name on the seat. I was told I'm from Peterborough. I lost my wallet. Yeah.
What was the first thing you did when you were released?
I got out of the courtroom. They released me right out of the courtroom. I talked to my lawyer and the mental health worker, and they gave me for the night to go to a hostel because I had nowhere to go. And then I went back to the south to grab my personal belongings, shoelaces, wallet, etc.
Right.
And that was it.
Okay. Were you required to produce a surety?
No, pardon me? No.
You weren't required to produce a surety?
No.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So you were required to be subject to the supervision of a bail supervisor?
Correct.
Okay. And what requirements do they impose? Just the same ones as the
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you need to report to your bail supervisor?
Once a week.
Okay. And how far do you have to travel?
College Park.
Okay. And is it difficult for you to get there?
No, it's pretty good. Sometimes if it's cold out, I'll ask the driver I need to go to court, and they'll let me on for nothing if I have no money.
Okay. How much time do you usually spend with your bail supervisor during your visits?
3 minutes.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. What happens during the meetings? What do you discuss?
Just do you obeying your conditions and sign the paper that you're here and where you stand? I tell them where I'm staying.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you feel these meetings are helpful at all?
No, not really.
How come?
Oh, it's just too frequent. Well, once a week.
Yeah. Okay. How would you describe your relationship with your bail supervisor?
Well, I just got a new one. She seems to be pretty nice. I think I've met her twice. The other guy I had was nice.
Okay.
So, good.
Okay. Did your bail supervisor, have they ever reported you for failing to attend a meeting or failing to comply with conditions?
No, it's never happened.
Okay. Who was it that explained the conditions to you?
Originally?
Yes.
That would have been the Crown with the judge.
Okay. And did someone explain the conditions of the consequences of failing to comply?
Yeah, that's right. I could go back to jail.
Okay. And did you tell the court you would comply?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think you would have applied to any conditions in order to get out of detention?
At that point, just the conditions that are there. It's not any condition. You'd have to give me an example, but the conditions that were recommended, I took.
So if they put a bunch more restricted, much more restricted conditions, I don't think you would have agreed to those.